What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wnba Dfs here to bring you guys that slate breakdown for the ugly two-game WNBA slate. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content I'm putting out over here on the channel. Drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos have helped you guys win some money. With that being said, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Yesterday was not a bad slate. It was honestly some high scoring, some good games in the latter half of the slate versus the first half. Just looking at the slate itself, just going over a quick recap. My Dallas Wings, we finally got the dub going up against a shorthanded Dream Team, and honestly, that game was hard to watch. Not even gonna lie. The Aces going up against the Sparks. The Sparks, I said it in the breakdown that the Sparks, they have kept their games close going up against them, and lo and behold, they kept that game close, took it to OT, and won. A'ja Wilson went nuclear, 35 points, 12 rebounds, 6 blocks. It was a block party last night, not only in this game, but also in the Sky taking on the Storm. Sky came out with the dub in that one right there. And my girl Ezzy went out here, and I talked about it on the stream. It was going to be a block party. It was going to be a block party, and it sure was. 8 blocks, 1 steal, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Definitely could have got out there and got the double-double, but we take those. We take it. Angel Reese went out there and had a tremendous game. Knocked down her first, not one, but 2 threes of her WNBA career. 2 of 2 from 3. They gave her the shot. She has been working on it. We've seen the highlights. We've seen the pre-shoot around stuff, and she actually had been knocking them down. I'm surprised that she took it in game, but she made them. 27 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Double-double streak continues for Angel Reese, and right now, kind of got her as my front runner for Rookie of the Year. Just really the way that she's playing, everything. I understand that she may not have to get the defensive assignment as much as what the Caitlin Clark of the world gets and everything, but still, you cannot deny what she's going out here doing on a night in, night out basis, the numbers that she's putting up, and also at the same time, the eyes that she's also bringing to the game. But looking at it over here, we have 2 games that I honestly do feel like they're going to be ugly. One has the potential to be a blowout, as always. When you have the Fever going up against one of the top teams in the league in New York Liberty, and then we have the Washington Mystics taking on the Minnesota Lynx. Both teams definitely dealing with some injuries and stuff to go through, but we'll get to that. News inside the first game, Liberty, sadly, she's still going to be out. And then over on the Fever, we got word that Fag Benley, even though she's been back for the past couple of games, toss up to play, might be out. We got the news early yesterday, so definitely we'll have to pay attention to that coming up to lock, which will be in the next couple of hours by the time you guys get to watch this video. And then the Washington Mystics and Minnesota Lynx side, biggest thing is Dolson being that game time decision. She did miss the last game on Thursday due to a illness, so definitely interesting to see if she progresses to actually play today. And then over on the Lynx side, we got Fee. She went down with that non-contact injury. We have not gotten any update, any word on what the injury is, but we do know that Fee will be out for sure. So I would imagine Heidemann is not going to start. I do not believe that they would start Heidemann. I do believe that they would just put Dorka into the starting lineup, or they could put what's her name? Not Dorka. Cecily. She can go into the starting lineup. There's different players that they could put into the starting lineup. Heidemann, who had been out of the rotation over the last couple games, I highly doubt it will be Heidemann. But we'll get into that when we go over DraftKings. Heading over to DraftKings, the site that I play the most on the site. If you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the link down in the description below so you guys get that deposit match bonus and join me over here on the King. So like I said, first game we got the New York Liberty taking on the Fever. 2 of the 3 games that they have played going up against each other have been blowouts. That's the first thing. But both these teams, they have been off for multiple days. Definitely coming in here with some rest underneath their belt. The thing that interests me is that it is a double-digit spread, but it's only 10.5 points. So it kind of makes me think maybe the Fever, if they are playing at home for them, might be able to keep this close. Again, I hate trying to predict blowouts, so I'm not going to try to do that in this instance right here. I will say that the Fever, they are still considered one of the bottom defenses in the league. They still definitely can't give up fantasy points to every position out there. Power forward, center, guards, you name it, they will give it. So we're going to just go ahead and break it down like we normally do. As always, Breanna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, both of these 2 bigs, they definitely lead their teams. Whenever you look at it, come down to it, if you're going to pick one or the other, I definitely do think that today with the forward pool that we have today, you can play both Stewie and Jonquel Jones. I do fully believe that today is the day that you can actually do that. But if you want to pick one or the other, or you make multiple lines, take one with Stewie, one with Jones, take one with both of them, things like that. I do see the realm where both of them can get there, which they both have in the games that they have gone up against the Fever, because in the first First game, Stewie, she put up 61. Second game, 46. Last game, which was a blowout, of course, she dropped 28. Jonquil Jones, in the 3 games that they have played going up against him, first game 39, second game 40, last game 46. So as you can see, JJ might be the one that you want to play over Stewie. The consistency is there, but Stewie does have, of course, that high ceiling that she can go out there and get. 11.5, that's not a bad price tag, especially because we don't have that many bigs, especially for the fact that we can actually pay down inside that Minnesota and Washington game right over there for the bigs that they have in that game. Outside of that, it's very much iffy. Looking at some of the guards, Sabrina, Laney, Sloot, all 3 of them to me will personally be in play. If I had to rank them in the order, I will say Sabrina, if the shot is falling, she should go out here and have a field day of a game. Laney, of course, she's going to have that defensive assignment guarding Clark. She can't go out here and be pretty disruptive like she always says with everything else. She has only put up 15, 25, and 33 fantasy points in the 3 games that they did play and going up against them. Sabrina, she's been mediocre. 2 games she dropped 30 fantasy points. 1 game she dropped 23. So neither here nor there in regards to what it is that she can actually put up. Definitely leaves a bit to be desired. Sloot been pretty consistent, put up a fantasy point per minute in all 3 of the games that she did play. Again, if we do feel like this game can blow out or something like that of the sort, we can look to Phoebich, we can look to Dojic, and of course Burke, who in their last game that they did play against the Fever, I want to say she actually popped in that game. 24 minutes, 26.5 fantasy points. So she did formerly play for the Fever. If you want to go revenge and everything like that, she is in the rotation. She does get minutes for them, especially if they are whopping on the team. She will be out there. She is pretty decent in regards to not going out there to get you a 0. She will be my today diamond to shield, pretty much, if I had to look at it and count it. Other than that, I really am going to just focus on the main players over here: Stewie, Jones, Sabrina, a little sprinkle of Laney if I got to, Sloot. If I land in that price range and it's like, okay, I do want to still get a piece from over here from this side, that is how I will play that over there. Going over here to the end in the Fever side, Caitlin Clark, to me, not even kinda. I really do feel like she's a full fade for me. The matchup should be tougher. She is going up against Laney, that Laney defense out there. It's just if they stay in the game, which the one game that they actually did stay pretty close and it was not a blowout, 80-91, Clark went out there and she dropped 41 fantasy points. At 10-8, I'd have to say, okay, I can accept that. Everyone else out over here for this team, we know that the usage is going to be there for Boston. Boston's had a tough time in this matchup going up against them. Nalissa Smith, always got to worry about her getting in foul trouble, but she has played New York in the past very well. She has. So looking at it, they're all GPP options to me. None of them truly stick out. I will say I do think this will be a game where we could probably see some rotation from players off the bench, especially for the fact that Wallace normally has a shorter leash than everyone else. I do kind of like Erica Wheeler if I want to go over here and get a player from this game, from the team. Wheeler going up against him so far, 18 minutes, 14 fantasy points, 13 minutes, 1 fantasy point, 25 minutes. This was a game that she started, 11 fantasy points. So mixing pot of what we can get from Wheeler, but she does have that weird upside of going out there and get you about 15 plus fantasy points. If you want to fade everyone else up here, I definitely do think coming out here to Wheeler would be an interesting play. If Fag Bentley is out, then that means that it's going to be a short, big rotation once again. Definitely will mean that Boston and Alyssa Smith, both of them are going to have to play as many minutes as they can without getting into foul trouble. The question is, are they going to actually be able to do something? We did see last game that they did start Samuelson. She was back into the starting lineup, played 28 minutes, only 5.25 fantasy points. Really bad. 0-4 from 3. They tried to shake it up a little bit, putting her into the starting lineup. If they start her again, I'll have to have some consideration, but I will say the shot just ain't falling whenever she's in the starting lineup. It really, truly has not been. But as you guys can see, this is truly a really ugly slate. Heading over to Washington, the biggest question is we got to know if Dolson's going to be in or out. If Dolson is out, then of course that's going to put Leah Edwards, Misha Hines Allen starting lineup, unless they magically decide they want to start Emily, but they have not been starting Emily at all. Emily still will definitely be in play. 6,700, 26 minutes in that last game without Dolson, 32 fantasy points. She comes in, she is legit a fantasy point per minute producer whenever she's out there on the court. Upside is definitely there. I will say over here at the guard position, I do like Atkins. This is a pretty decent spot for her. The usage, it should definitely be there. If the shot actually falls, I do got her to go in at least about 14, 15 points. She definitely can play make. The assist went down in that last game. Only 1 assist going up against the Aces, but it is the Aces. Took 14 shots though. Definitely the upside will be there for her. 9K, I do like her. Gets off of some of the guards from that New York game that we don't have to necessarily go to. But Atkins 9K, I can't see her getting there. Outside of that, I will say they are still starting DD. DD is out there, but DD is not really giving us anything. She is this year's SWK. If I got to, I got to play SWK. She's out there. She is playing very confident. The shot is falling. She's playmaking. She's playing some decent defense. 27.25 fantasy points in that last game. I have to look there. I got to go there. Like, I definitely don't see any reason not to. Van Loo firmly in play. Melbourne off the bench. Of course, those minutes have been getting there for her. She comes in. If she's hot, she's hot. She can go out there, knock down some shots. Definitely don't mind her building block looking behind. So definitely another play that we can go to right there as well. But mainly, got to know if Dolson's going to be in or out. Right now, because I haven't seen any news, I have not seen anything toss up for her to play. I'm going to tread that she's going to be out right now. So I don't mind Misha. She is actually a decent player whenever it comes down to production. 19 minutes, 19.25 fantasy points. The game blew out. That's why she just didn't see any more fourth quarter run or anything. Game stays close. I do believe Misha Hines-Allen can actually get there. And remember, she actually was starting over Edwards before Edwards came back from her last sickness or whatever it was that she had. So definitely need some news from that game in order to truly understand where we're going to go. Over here, Fee is out. Fee's going to be out. I fully expect this lineup to be Kayla McBride, Alana Smith, Courtney Williams, Carlton as always, and Dorka to be the starting lineup for this game. As you can see, my lovely wife made a cameo appearance. Biggest thing over here for them is going to be that there's going to be some usage to go around. There's no Fee. McBride's going to have to step up. Alana's going to have to step up. Courtney Williams is going to have to step up. Carlton, who actually has cooled off over the last couple games, she's going to have to step up. All these players are going to have to step up, but I will say there is some value in playing Dorka here, who played 16 minutes in that last game, 8.75 fantasy points. She was a starter last season. Definitely can see a world where she can go out here and she can smash and have a pretty good game. She did start earlier this season when I think it was Alana that was out. Somebody missed that game, but she played against Dallas, 25 minutes, 23 fantasy points in that game. Not bad at all. Definitely would go right back to her if I have to choose, pick, or go with something to actually play in this game. Outside of that, Olivia, she is going to be out, so that kind of shrinks a little bit of the guard rotation. Pretty much, Heidemann, unfortunately, we have to look to Heidemann, but again, very low fantasy point per minute producer player. I'm not really looking at Heidemann. As always, as like what I always say, if Heidemann beats me, she beats me. I'm not going there. I'm not touching that at all. I would much rather go up here and play Courtney Williams, who should see minutes somewhat solidify-ish, since they're not going to have Olivia to actually toss out here, give her a couple of gimme minutes out here in this game. Outside of that, again, man, this is a very ugly slate. I would play light. We have a really nice slate tomorrow. I think it's 4 games, if I'm not mistaken. Play light. Do not go crazy on today's slate. It's not worth it. It truly, really is not worth it. Hopefully you guys got a little something from this very short video. It is a weekend. I normally don't record anyway, but since I did, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any content I put out over here on the channel. If you guys tailed my Prize Picks Flex Friday play yesterday, we went 4 out of 6. Tina Charles with way too many turnovers killed that ticket. And then we had a hook from my girl. Did she just change clothes? She must be getting ready to go out, y'all. All right, I gotta go. Peace.